What's up, guys?
How's everyone doing?
Good. So I guess we'll just kind of start off this show by kind of going over what it is, what it's about, and what we'll do. Pretty much this space is for all things DeFi, altcoins, or poop coins, if you will. I think we'll start by talking about Shiba, that it was listed on Binance this morning.
Yeah, so what is Shiba exactly?
It's another DeFi token. So here we let me try to pull it up on there it is. Okay.
So what's the difference between like Shiba and something like Doge?
Well, like Shiba is made to kind of do auto staking. So the utility is in if you hold it, you get more coins as the fees are involved, they go straight back into the holders. So Dogecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, so it acts a lot like Bitcoin. These are a little different.
Right, since it's built on Ethereum, it can do so much more using the ERC20 token standard.
Yeah. If you want to get more into that, you can while I pull up.
Yeah, sure.
Market cap.
So wait, Ryan, you mentioned the ERC20 token standard. Is Shiba on the Ethereum blockchain?
Yeah,
is that ERC20?
Shiba's on the Ethereum blockchain. So you used to only be able to get Shiba Inu through Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, but now Binance has listed it, which is probably why it's pumped again today.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, that's huge. Mm-hmm. So those are a little different than like Safemoon or one that I was in, AquaGoat. Those are on the Binance Smart Chain. So they are BEP20 standard instead of the ERC20, which, I mean, there's the difference between those two chains is pretty much just who started them. I mean, they work very similarly as each other, but
so those are two competing blockchains. One by Ethereum that's decentralized, one by Binance that is delegated proof of stake. So it's a little bit less decentralized, as I understand it. Right. And you can get different tokens on them based on which tokens were created on them. So, like Dogecoin, for example, is not on either of them, but Shiba Inu is on the Ethereum chain. And what was that other one you mentioned that you got into the other day?
AquaGoat.
AquaGoat. That's on the Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, and that's another DeFi token.
About?
So pretty much it's the same principle where if you are holding it, you get all the fees that are taken from swapping it. So every holder will it'll auto stake instead of having to put it into a wallet to just like kind of house it and hold it and freeze it to stake it. It just automatically does it by itself. You don't, no action required or anything. That's what a lot of these DeFi tokens are. That's especially
on Binance Smart Chain, it seems like. There's usually 10% transaction fees when you trade, and then 5% usually either gets burned or sent amongst the rest of the holders of the wallet. So
yeah, and they're all a little different. Like Safemoon, for example, will take a 10% fee anytime you swap. And they do that to incentivize people not to sell and just hold.
A lot of fee gets returned to the holders?
Yeah, it'll be distributed to anyone holding it inside their wallet.
Which really just sounds like a pyramid scheme, to me at least.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, a lot of these are. A lot of these are kind of sketchy because there's no actual product in it. It's just the token itself. And with promises to the moon, but you know, what if it fails? All these people are holding this token, have millions or trillions of the coin. Yeah, it can go up 100%. It can go up 1,000%, and a lot of people make money. But when will it end? You know, what's the end game?
Yeah. So Brian, let me ask you: how do you distinguish a rug pull from like a legitimate token, a legitimate opportunity?
I usually go into the Telegram or look online to kind of see what everyone's talking about, what they're doing. It's all, I mean, you kind of have to have trust, but there are a few ways you can tell. If you look, I use an app called PooCoin app, which I can actually pull up and we can look at it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Because like I've stayed away from a lot of these like shitcoins and especially the BSC stuff. One, because it's a little bit difficult to get access to, and two, because like it's really hard to know when something is going to pop and when something's going to get traction. So, or even if it's a rug pull or not.
Yeah, you only hear about the coins that go up 100, 1,000%. There's a million other coins that people are making on BSC.
Exactly.
And they're all just doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there's really, you don't really know what you're getting into. This app really helps because it'll give you the trading view chart. It will give you the most recent transactions, and it will kind of give you warnings if the warnings are usually over here, but you can do the rug check and kind of see, it's been audited or if it's been analyzed to see. The biggest concern is when the developers hold all the tokens and they aren't locked away, because that means that they can just pull it out, get all the profits, and leave everyone else kind of stranded. It goes down 200%, and kind of screws everybody over.
Definitely. So these are like pure speculation coins.
Yeah, I mean most all of these are.
I haven't seen any BSC coins that have a true product yet.
Really?
No, and I kind of agree. The Safemoon is getting there. They have a lot of promise. I don't necessarily think it's gonna go super far, but what do I know? I can't tell the future, so I don't know.
Right.
And you also have to consider these coins like Safemoon. They have market caps or maximum supplies of like 10 quadrillion tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brian,
I mean, the
what's
market cap on this one is what?
What's this app name again? PooCoin?
PooCoin.app, yeah.
PooCoin.app, Jason.
Yeah, and $4.3 billion market cap. That's nothing to laugh about. That's top 100 cryptos.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. It's crazy to even think about that. It being that high, I don't know really how they did it personally.
Yeah, so Don Kane wants to know if we're gonna show how to get your hands on some Shiba Inu coin. Is that something that we could do today, Brian?
Yeah, we can look at it through PancakeSwap.
It's actually in ERC20, so it'd be on Uniswap.
Okay, so Uniswap, yeah, or 1inch. The thing, we can't do it on Binance because in the US we can't trade on Binance unless you are super secret about it. But a VPN,
get a VPN.
Yeah. But we can pull up 1inch. I can kind of go over it. I mean, Uniswap.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Don, to answer your question, there's two main routes of going of getting your hands on some Shiba Inu. One, if you are outside the US or use a VPN. To get outside the US, you can make a Binance account. You aren't able to make those inside the US. Instead, there's like a subsidiary called Binance.us that is approved by the SEC and it has like a lot less coins, not including Shiba Inu, but Binance itself has Shiba Inu and you can get it through there. Or your other route would be going through a decentralized exchange like Uniswap or SushiSwap, which are based on the Ethereum blockchain, just like Shiba is. And you can take your ETH, you can take your Uni, you can do whatever you need to swap over to Shiba. Is that a good description, Ryan?
Yeah, I'd say so. And what's great about Uniswap too is you don't even need an account for it. You just connect your cryptocurrency wallet, and that's all you got to do.
Yeah, that is a great advantage that you like. It's all decentralized, all anonymous. James Kilby, if you have a Binance account, yes, you can buy it directly on there. Just make sure it's a real Binance account, not a Binance.us.
So on Shiba Inu's website, you can let me try to find where I left it. Okay. You can actually go to their tab and it will show you how to buy it itself. So once I clicked on that link where it said to buy it, it'll bring you to Uniswap. And let me bring that page up.
Hey, Ryan. While Brian is going over that, we have a question in the chat asking about PancakeSwap. So they want to know, how is a staking yield of over 100%? How could that be legit? It seems way too good, which I also think it seems way too good. Could you explain that?
I couldn't explain it well. I mean, I don't use PancakeSwap. I don't mine liquidity on there. I actually do mine liquidity on Uniswap. But they're not paying you the 100% interest rate, right? You're making the interest from the fees. And since it's so busy right now, so many people are trading, you'll be earning a lot of fees, especially if you're in a pool like I don't know, what's a popular BSC coin like Safemoon and BNB. There's going to be a ton of transactions, so you'll be naturally earning a ton more fees off of it. But that's not to say that's going to stick around or not, because right now there's a ton of trading with Safemoon. If it busts, then there won't be trading. People won't be spending transaction fees, and then that's going to go down from 100% a lot lower.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty risky, but pretty much, I mean, you kind of summed it up. Pretty much what you do is you are adding liquidity. You get LP tokens, and those LP tokens are what you get your reward for. And it does sound really high, but like you just said, if there's a supply and demand, if there's a huge demand for it, there's going to be a larger return because there's going to be more fees, more stuff coming back to you, and it helps open up liquidity so trading doesn't stop on the coin.
Yeah, so it's not too good to be true in a sense. Like you are really making the money. It's not a scam, but it's just volatile, and you probably won't be making 100% for the entire year.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you might not even be making it for a week.
Right.
So I do have the yeah, okay, I pulled it up.
So this is Uniswap here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so our goal is to swap from SHIB to ETH. Or we can okay, so just flip it like that. So then you can do what? Like connect a MetaMask wallet to this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The MetaMask is one of the most popular Ethereum wallets. It's a hot wallet, which means it's connected to the internet. So you don't want to spend any money or store any money on it that you're not intending on using. You should keep that in like a ledger or a cold storage wallet. But MetaMask is like really simple. It has a browser extension and an app, and you can plug into these DeFi apps really quickly and get going and get SHIB. And you can store the SHIB on your MetaMask. It's really simple.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of
not too much ETH on there. You probably can't cover the cost of the swap.
$8, so we'll just see if it goes through. But I don't know how much the gas will cost, and that's the only problem with the Ethereum network is gas is ridiculous. So we can just see how much it is. $312.
Jeez.
Okay, so Megan wants to know what does liquidity mean? It basically means the availability to switch between currencies. So like if you want to get some Canadian dollars before a trip to Canada, you can switch your USD with some CAD at an exchange. Like they have them at the airport, and they have like they have stacks of cash there, right? That's their liquidity, and that's what you use to swap between them. So if you have cryptos like Uni and ETH, you can provide the liquidity on a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, and you can fill up those stacks of cash that other people can use to switch between them, and then you earn the fee for providing that service.
Says, what does gas mean? Gas is a transaction fee. So every time that you interact with something on any blockchain, you have to pay
the miners.
You have to pay a fee for it to be confirmed. So Ethereum has super, super high gas right now, but with the new protocol switch, hopefully that'll take it down a little bit. But BNB, the BCS, Binance Smart Chain, the gas is 100 times less. I mean, it costs cents. Yep. Ethereum costs, like you just saw, for $8 transaction, $300.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, though. Everyone shits on gas fees, but really it's telling of the network demand for Ethereum.
Yeah,
exactly.
If people are willing to pay that much for it, then it's going to cost that much.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And the new, like I said, the new protocol switch will help with this because they're going from a proof of work to a proof of stake, which that's a whole another discussion. We can probably do a full show on the difference between the two. But the TLDR is proof of work is what Bitcoin and Ethereum it was, where the transactions are confirmed by GPU on your computer, and it takes a lot of resources, and the payout to the person doing it is pretty high. Proof of stake, the way it's confirmed is through holding. So you're staking the coins, and the transactions are going against whatever's staked. That's not a very good explanation of what it means, but that's kind of the gist. If you can explain a little bit better, go for it.
Yeah, for sure. So for Bitcoin, people run computer programs to verify transactions, and like the amount of computing power they have means that they'll get to verify that many transactions. Whereas in staking, you lock up your currency to verify transactions. So the more you lock up, the more transactions you get to verify, and the more fees you earn in return. So I just wanted to show you guys this gas tracker for Ethereum. So the gas prices they fluctuate constantly. And you can use a site like this on Etherscan. There's also some more of them. If you just look up gas trackers, you can find the hot spots of the day, find the cold spots, and then try to do a swap during the lowest point of the day, so you can pay the lowest transaction fees.
Yeah, you definitely want to time it right, because like in the evenings and afternoons, usually it's going to be a lot higher than in the middle of the night because more people are transacting. But I mean, it's a worldwide thing. So using one of these trackers is a really good way to figure out when the lowest price is. Like getting NFTs and minting them, usually you want to do it towards the middle of the night opposed to like 5 p.m. wherever you are, just because it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars if you try to do it at a high traffic time as opposed to a low traffic time. I mean, of course, but that's a big thing about NFTs is the gas price is so much. Unless you are Beeple and made $60 million off one, I mean, I don't know if it's really worth minting something unless you're going to get a return for it. But again, that's another discussion.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a comment from Twitch talking about Matic and other layer 2 scaling solutions. I think we should talk about those and talk about what layer 2 is. Ryan, do you want to give an explanation?
Yeah, so layer 2 is basically a solution that you can use for Ethereum to basically transact off chain, and it communicates with the main blockchain. So basically you can avoid paying high transaction fees. And I know Uniswap's going to be implementing Optimism, which is a layer 2 solution, probably in a month, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, that will hopefully
the
bring
V3
transactions.
is going to be huge, I think so too. For Uniswap. It's going to be a game changer. Utilizing the different layers is actually a pretty cool thing to do. Once you like look into it, you can kind of not cheat the system, but beat the system using different technologies to get around gas prices, or kind of putting a mask or a wrap around your coins, and then transacting on a different chain. But that's what wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped BNB, wrapped Ethereum, any wrapped coin, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're making it so you can use this, it'll be pegged to the same price. So wrapped Bitcoin will be the same thing as Bitcoin, but you can use it on the Binance Smart Chain and so on.
Yeah, so my like grasp of layer 2 is that they just like scoop up a bunch of Ethereum transactions and then send them to another computer to do the work, and then they send them back. So it's still rooted in the security of the main Ethereum layer 1, but you get the speed and the extra computing power of this additional layer, which should hopefully bring down the fees a ton. So we're getting a bunch of comments now about Shiba. We talked about that at the beginning of the episode, guys. And we have someone ZMS asking, he bought $600 worth of Doge and it keeps dropping. Should I hold? What do you guys think about Doge today? Now, mind you, this is not financial advice, but I do not hold any Doge. I sold it a long time ago.
I think Doge is a anomaly. I think that there's no reason, like rational reason, it should be as high as it is. It's was never meant to be at this price. It doesn't have a utility. It was made from a meme. Now people are giving it a utility because you can use it to pay for things, and it's probably the most well-known besides Bitcoin and Ethereum crypto there is. It's a ridiculous market cap for what it is.
It's like 80 billion, I think.
Yeah.
It's more than a lot of public companies on the New York Stock Exchange, like that are providing real value.
And
that doesn't make sense to me.
I personally, I'm not holding any of it. I did play it a few times. On KuCoin, I played the futures with it and stuff like that. But I held it from when it was like 0.002 to 0.08 and made my money. And then the rest of it's just been little tiny bursts here and there. I think it's in a bubble. I think it's going to pop. And once the meme dies, it will. But I mean, this goes back to how GameStop ran and stays up. There's no telling what it's going to do. There's no way to actually know. It's not rational. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for what it is. But you know, I can't say get rid of it or leave it because I never thought it'd be this high. I know a friend of mine has made over $1 million with it, and he's held to it. And we kept telling him, like, man, you need to sell when it hits like 40 cents. And he still held it and made almost $2 million off of holding. So I don't know. I can't say one way or the other. Personally, I'd get rid of it. But
and it's also important to consider this isn't the first time Dogecoin is pumped. Like last market cycle in 2017, Dogecoin pumped probably 3 or 4 times, and it went back down. So I mean, take it how you will.
It's not going
I'll be looking
anywhere.
to get into Doge. I'll be looking to get into Doge below 5 cents, I think, and sometime in 2022 or 2023.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's one of the OG cryptos, and it's definitely going to stick around. There are 1,000. There's an infinite number of copycats now on Doge that just put Doge in the name of the coin on, when they list on PancakeSwap, and then they'll run just because the name's in there.
There was like
ridiculous.
Thousands of coins with Doge in their name on BSC. That was crazy.
There's about 80 pages of results. So, I mean, it's nuts. And there's a lot of Safemoons. There's a lot of safe or moon in the name just to play off the meme.
It stands for safely to the moon.
Yeah. Someone says a Safemoon reached its peak. That's something that I don't know either. We were talking about this earlier. Safemoon definitely, it can keep going. They don't have a product. That's the problem. They don't have a product. They have promise of a product. They have, wireframes of a product, but it's another DeFi coin that they're going to use to fund their product before they make it. So they're trying to get all the money and then they'll have something. I don't really know. I think it's a gamble, but I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I think it's a complete gamble.
I don't think
it does look like it looks like there could be a peak, but that's the same thing with Dogecoin. Like I saw it at 7 cents for the first time. I thought that was probably going to be the peak or somewhere around there. You really have no idea.
All you can do is take profits with risky coins like these.
Yeah, I mean,
make sure you
it's
lock them
glorified gambling, and it's eventually you can take your profits and put them into something safe. It's not necessarily just burning money, but you can easily lose your butt on some of these. It's easy to have a 3,000% gain, but it's also easy for that $1,000 to dwindle down to $4.
We just got $5 from John Exureb. Oh, Schwerb. John Schwerb. Are Logan and Ryan gonna kiss? I don't think so, John.
You're gonna
Maybe
take
if you donate
$100.
$100.
Maybe for 5 Bitcoin they will.
We also have another comment about Shiba Swap. Why is Shiba's launching its own exchange?
Yep.
Yeah, I can pull that up too. I was just looking at that.
So not only is Shiba making their own exchange, but they actually have 3 different tokens, right? So they have Shiba, which is the coin out now. They have Leash, which is a stable coin, which is pegged to Dogecoin. And then they will be releasing Bone, which is supposed to be the Dogecoin killer, right? And you can actually, the only way to get Bone is by buying SHIB and staking it. So instead of earning interest, you'd be digging for bones. And who knows how much a bone will be worth? Maybe it'll blow up and be worth a ton of money. Maybe it won't be worth anything. But it's definitely interesting how they're doing it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of these coins do. It's the same thing as pooling on PancakeSwap. You stake it and you're giving liquidity, and you get the bone out of it, and that's like the not necessarily a governance token. I can't think of the word of what kind of token it is, but that is where the money will be made, and then you can swap it back to SHIB, etc.
And
it looks like they're doing a lot.
Yeah. And I think coins like Shiba Swap, they may gain a lot more attention once layer 2 comes out for Uniswap, because then these retail investors will be able to come in and not have to pay $30 to transact, and it makes a lot more sense for them.
Yeah, I think once the Berlin fork, I think that one they had an issue with the previous fork, and it took down a lot of nodes, but they fixed it pretty quickly. But once it fully is done, I think that Ethereum, it's going to be game changing. And I think that Ethereum is going to finally hit. I mean, it hit $4,000. It was at 3,000 just like less than 2 weeks ago, and then cracked another milestone at 4,000. 10,000 is going to be here any minute, and it's only going to continue. I don't think you'll ever catch Bitcoin, but I think that it's going to definitely heavily compete. And once they can figure out how, once they do it, how like the Binance Smart Chain, where the gas fee is very minimal, both of these chains are going to blow up even more. I mean, that's why we're doing this show, because there's no one else talking about this stuff. And this is huge for DeFi, for crypto in general. This is going to be like the name of the game. And it's a wild, wild west. And anyone with just a tad bit of developer experience can do this and make millions of dollars right now. But a lot of people just don't know how. So it's incredible, I think.
Yeah, it is. We have a comment. Who here is invested in SHIB? Can we get ones in the chat if you're invested in Shiba Inu, and a 2 in the chat if you're invested in Doge?
Are you guys in either of those?
No.
It was going to cost me $300 to get in, so I decided not to do it.
Wait, what if I'm in both?
You win.
Hey, Spencer.
Well, hopefully it works out. I know a lot of people who are in Safemoon and different things that are waiting for it to go up, and it will go up. I don't think it's over. I think that they're just kind of getting started. I just don't know what the end game for it is.
And it's hard to say where the place is for Binance Smart Chain once ETH2 comes out, right? Because then both will have low fees. That's the big competitive advantage right now with Binance Smart Chain, is there's low fees, so you can get in it with a relatively low amount of money.
Yeah, and there's also little hidden things in the chain. So it's super easy to list a coin on like PancakeSwap, or there's a clone of PancakeSwap called Salt that someone mentioned in the Slack a couple days ago, and that rose like 200 something %. And it more and more of these things are going to keep popping up, different places to do this, and how easy it is to, start a business, start a company in the blockchain space.
Yeah, so we are running out of time, unfortunately, for today, but we do have one last question from Nasir. Why did SHIB get listed on Binance but not Safemoon? I personally have no clue.
If I had to guess, it would be because Safemoon's a BEP20, so it's on Binance Smart Chain. So I would think they just want to keep it on PancakeSwap, whereas SHIB is an ERC20, so it's on Ethereum's network, so you can't trade it on PancakeSwap. So the only way to actually get it on Binance would be through Binance's actual exchange.
Yeah, and you would have to change the token. So if you use like something like KuCoin or Trust Wallet, you can switch the protocol of the coin to send it to like MetaMask or send it to PancakeSwap. But most likely, it is because Safemoon is a BP coin and not an ERC20, and all exchanges are ERC20 focused. But you can come in and out, but you'll only be able to buy ERC20 tokens on those. It could also be they didn't have enough money because it costs a lot of money to a lot of BNB to be listed on Binance exchange, not just the DEX, but their centralized exchange.
Gotcha. All right, that is all the time we have today. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I'm Logan Ross, and I'm co-hosted by Ryan McNamara and Brian Moir. Make sure you smash the like button, and we will see you later this week or next week, Brian.
Probably next week.
All right, we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.